Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the weekly podcast, episode 55. We did it to 55? Question mark. Man, my internet is really bad right now. I have like a stream pulled up in the background so that I can like look at something, I guess, and it just buffers. Man. Anyway, I'm not too well myself. I don't know what it is. I don't think I'm getting sick, but I do have the sniffles today, and my voice is a little bit hoarse. Is that what English people say when their voices are going bad? I guess. I don't know, man, but yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a fun thing. I don't think it's anything serious, but you never know with the epidemic that is kind of happening right now. Um, it's a weird one, man. It's a weird one because you don't really know what's happening. I am in a country where we just got our very first uh, I don't know, records, situations of the coronavirus in here. I mean, it was like a few days ago. We have the first four people confirmed to have it and stuff, and the whole country right now is in a meltdown essentially. Uh, my brother's workplace, they're thinking, oh, because he works in a bank, and they're thinking, oh well, how do we make so that our workers don't spread the virus and they work from home, but we can't because all of our system things are on the working computers, and like their team has like only two laptops or whatever, so they can't all have laptops apparently, question mark. I mean, banks are known for having money, are they? I don't know, it's weird, man. Look, but yeah, it is kind of like a weird panic here because I mean, as far as I know, oh my god, my internet, man, my internet is so bad today. It's gonna be a fun day today. Actually, I have like a lot of stuff to do, so probably not gonna be at home too much. But yeah, I'm gonna be a busy bee today. This is why I hope I'm not getting sick. So some sips of coffee, hopefully help me out. A warm liquids in me. But anyway, man, yeah, it's a weird one. In my gym, for example, they don't let you enter and work out if they don't spray your hands with like a disinfectant of some sort. So yeah, that was weird. I checked in yesterday, and I start walking in, and he's like, wait, let me spray your hands. I'm like, what is going on? I didn't even register it. I was like, after he sprayed my hand and stuff, then I was like, oh, it's because the coronavirus thing, isn't it? You know. To me, it's not. I don't know. To me, it's not like a big deal because they're saying, oh, healthy people won't die from it or anything. It's for healthy people. It's just like a flu. If you have any, um, if you're unhealthy, or you have some existing problems, it may worsen them, and then you may die from them. But you're not technically dying from the virus itself. So I don't know. I think I'm healthy, but I don't want to say it out loud every time. Has someone like, I don't know, made a record for that? Someone must make a scientific study on that, okay? Because I am pretty sure every time I have said, oh, I'm super healthy, I never get sick, I never get whatever, when I say, oh, I haven't been sick for like over a year or whatever, every time I say that, in like a few days after that, I get sick. It's always like that. And as far as I know, this works for everybody. Okay, it's like I've seen friends that were bragging, "Oh, I never get sick. I never get sick." A few days later, up, well, they're fucking sick. And it's like, well, you jinxed yourself. But I don't know. There must, like, someone must do like a study on that. You know, uh, gather a group of people and make them say, "Oh, well, I haven't been sick in like super long time. Usually don't get sick." No, make them have said these things, but like not ironically, like I'm right now, but for real, they're believing and they're saying it, and then see how many of them get sick, kind of close to the time in that time frame, when they've like done whatever. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, anyway, coffee is so great, man. Like whoever created coffee, whoever found out about coffee, I don't even know how do like old people, not old people, but people in the past, realize that stuff, man. Like, oh, there's like this weird plant, I'm gonna take its fruits and grind them up and boil them afterwards, and I'm gonna get a coffee. Who thought of that, man? Like, and there's like when you go back and think about it, there's like a lot of weird stuff. Like someone made a fire. Sure, it happened somehow. Discovered the fire. How did he realize that cooking the meat would actually make it better? Like that's not a question for me. Like how did he? Was it just by accident? Was it all just by accidents? Was it just like that? Like someone forgot a piece of meat close to a fire, or it was like he killed some animal, but it was really soaking because it was raining or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna dry it up. I see that the warmth dries you up. I figured that out. So I'm gonna dry up the meat before I eat it." And then he put it there and it cooked it. Is that what happened? It's like all of our history one giant accident is what I'm asking. Did we do that? Because to be honest, we still in our day-to-day life, well, not in our day-to-day life, but the scientists, the people that actually matter and find stuff and discover things, um, they discover most of the things they discover are also by accident when you think about it. It's like, oh, well, that worked. What did it do? We didn't do what we were thinking, but did something else. Let's analyze the new thing, And it's like, oh, well, yeah, we found this thing by accident, sort of. It was like, sure, sure, is our life one giant accident? When you think about it like that, I guess, because there's a lot of weird stuff that we're eating. We're like, yeah, that's normal, but for you to discover that that's like edible or drinkable and it's like normal, it must have passed like a lot of years. Someone must have discovered, someone must have tried it. You know, it just, I don't know, it just boggles my mind a little bit when stuff like this happen. But oh man, I don't know where I'm even going with this thing. Also, if you can hear like some background noises, my neighbor's TV is super loud, and I can hear what they're watching. And also, they were like yelling at each other, having some kind of an argument. So yeah, if you can actually hear any of that, that is why. It's just noisy neighbors. My internet, I've been watching the Yogscast cinema thing that they have on their Twitch channel, and it's been wagging like for like this past 10 minutes that I have recorded. I have seen the buffer at least 20 times already. So it's a fun one. I don't know. I'm telling you this. Like, look, don't worry. The podcast gonna be uploaded on time, and you're probably listening it. Well, how is that even English, man? You're probably listening to it right now on time, or you just don't care about it being on time. Just listening to it. What did I even say? I don't remember. Oh man, I remember, bro. Hey, let's talk about UFC because that happened this week, didn't it? Um, oh man, did I did any predictions? Neil Magny won. That's the prediction that I did. Um, Joanna Jędrzejczyk lost to Willie Zhang. That was a great match. That was an amazing match, if I gotta be honest. Um, yeah, my prediction didn't pan out. I kind of wanted Joanna to win because I like her style of fighting, but when she's a champion, she gets super cocky about it. I mean, like Rose kind of humbled her, but yeah, man, I don't know what to say. Like, look, that was like a great match. That co-main event was probably the best match in the whole UFC. And I don't know. They just went out and gave it their all. Like you can see, uh, Joanna's forehead at the end was just bulging. Apparently, it wasn't like a serious long-term injury, which is amazing. You know, she didn't really get too much injured, but she did. She did also went out and swinging. You know, Weili Zhang, um, she proved that she's the champion. She went out. She fought like a champ. She didn't back down. She did it all. You know, and yeah, man, I don't know. Joanna came out swinging as well. She was ready to take the title, and they had so much punches. Like both of them took so much punches to the head, and they didn't even got rocked. I mean, maybe rocked, but they didn't even get a takedown from them. You know, it was just punch to the head, and that was it. Whaley tried to take Joanna down. Was it like the third or the fourth round? She tried going for a takedown. Then I think in the fifth round she tried to go for a takedown as well, but she just couldn't get it. So she was like, I'm gonna stand up and punch you more in the face, which worked out for her. So but yeah, then we go to the main event, the most disappointing main event we would probably have. At least I hope the most disappointing main event that we would have this year. You know, it was, like the Jones fight. Were Jones fights are up there when it comes to disappointing main events. But I don't know. At least there is some action. At least people wanna fight Jones while he's running away from them. Well, this the whole. At least look. At least I got my prediction right. I said that if the match ended in the first or second round, first beginning of second round, it would have probably been Romero knocking out Adesanya. It didn't do. It went the full length even. So yeah, if I say that if it went for longer, it's probably gonna be Adesanya's. Adesanya's gonna win it, and he did. Who would have thought he did? And now, if we have to analyze it, because a lot of Romero fans come up and say, "Oh, well, Adesanya didn't fight like a champ, and he wasn't the forward-going guy, and Romero should have won that fight and whatever." Like, no, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. At the end of the day, when the judges don't have anything else to score the match by, they're gonna score the match by most damage. And Adesanya did the most damage. It was to one of the legs of Romero. It wasn't like a body part that really mattered too much. But yeah, like Romero was limping, so Adesanya did the most damage. And in a fight like that, when I know I talk a lot of shit to the judges usually because they make questionable decisions at best, especially when Jones is fighting. But I don't know, man. This time, um, like this time, they didn't had anything to score the fight by, so it's gonna be, oh well, one of the fucking, you know people are limping. We're gonna score the fight because in that, that's something that we should take into consideration. One of them is a little bit hurt, the other one is like he hasn't fought 5 rounds. It was really funny when Easy come up and say, I'm ready for another 5 round match. Dude, you didn't fight for 5 rounds. You were just you were just in a staring competition for 25 minutes with like a minute in between for a break. It was like very, very long face off is what it was. And I'm kind of disappointed, man. I'm truly disappointed in all of this because I thought it was gonna be a fight. I thought it was gonna be a brawl, man. Cause look at Romero's other fights. Like he goes in there and he beats the shit out of people. And look at Easy's fights. Like the Gustelum fight. It was a brawl, dude. It was a brawl. The Gustelum fight. It's just, I don't know, man. I expected more. Okay, I expected more, and there are these people that think they know a lot about MMA, a lot about fighting, and they were like, oh, the people saying shit like, oh, the people that were like, not, fuck me, uh, fuck, what am I even? So there are these people that think that they know a lot about MMA and about fighting and about all of that, and they have watched a lot of the UFC, and so they were just trash talking people that were not happy with not just the result but the match as all. And they were like, oh well, if you think that the two best people in the world right now, they're like the most dangerous fighters in the world right now, if you really think that they're gonna just fight each other and shit, you don't know nothing about MMA. This was like, fuck you. Like, of course people are gonna expect that. Like two high profile fighters, known to deliver good fights on the regular, and it's like the two of them, right? It's like both of them, they wanted this fight. Like, how many times did they replay that clip of Dana White saying, Israel Adesanya wants to fight Yao Romero. Nobody wants to fight Yao Romero. Well, apparently Adesanya didn't want to fight him either. He had 25 minutes in there to fight him, to punch him, to do something to him. He kicked him in the fucking leg a few times. That was it. And Romero was in there just waggling his hands. He didn't even want to go attack either. He was just following. Adesanya was backing down, was doing laps around the octagon, and Romero was just following him and was doing weird stuff with his hands. And then what the fuck was that knee move where he jumps in and pounces on his knee, on one knee? Like, ridiculous. Like, it was just ridiculous. It was just like, what am I watching? It was 25 minutes of what is happening right now. Am I on drugs? What drugs have I taken that I don't remember? It was super weird. Like, the fight itself, it was so weird because you were expecting them to come out and swinging, especially Romero. You'd expect Romero to come out swinging, going in there for like the knockout point. And shit. And nothing happened. They just looked at each other and man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I have no idea what to tell you. It was super disappointing, and to the people that were like, they're top fighters. Of course, they're gonna be careful when they fight each other. Look at the fucking Usman and Covington fight. Look at that fucking fight. Now that's a top contender fighting a champion, and that was a champion defending his belt like a champion. It wasn't Jones like a Jones defense or anything. No, it was a true fucking champion defending his belt, throwing punches, taking punches, but not backing down, not backing out. And the same for Covington. That's a true contender for a champion, for a title. He didn't back down. He got his jaw broken. He took so much fucking punishment. He didn't back down. He didn't pull back. He was in there right in Usman's face all the fucking time. Like, sure, I think like the third to the fourth round there was like a little bit of a, oh, we're tired, let's have a little bit of a break. But it still had more. That round had more action than the whole like Adesanya Romero fight. I was like, oh man. I mean, that's not saying much, I know, but dude, it was just weird, just weird. And the people they're defending the, oh yeah, that was how the fight should have went and stuff. It was like, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, man. When you Because at the end of the day, look, fighting smart is good. I'm not saying that it's not, and knowing how to fight smart, that is that is a skill that you can use in real life. Like, I don't wish it upon anyone, but what if someone's trying to mug you? What if someone's trying to, I don't know, be a big shot and show himself off and try to, like, I don't know, do something to you, whatever. When you can fight, like, that's a big bonus for you in a situation like that. But when it comes to MMA being your job, you know, if you're not a coach, if you're a fighter in like a federation or something, you have to be entertaining, because this is why people are watching you fight, because it's entertainment. And that's with every kind of sport. Okay, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's just all fighting, boxing, all the fighting sports are like this. No, people watch sports because it's entertainment at the end of the day. And I can guarantee you that if the UFC serves up, like, all of their main events are like that, top fighters, amazing fighters, but they don't do anything for 25 minutes. They just look at each other and that's it. That's all their main events. Do you know how many people are gonna get turned off by this and are gonna be like, well, we're not gonna watch the UFC anymore. We're gonna go watch Bellator or some other organization that, you know, has people actually fighting in there. And I don't know, man. I just don't know what to tell you. Like, even the referee at like round 3 was telling them, "Come on, give the judges something to score." You know, it was just everyone's impatient. Everyone was super impatient about this, and it was a bad fight overall. Okay, I have nothing bad to say about the fighters. Like, Adesanya is still a good fighter in my eyes. Like, and also is Romero. Like, this didn't really change my view on things. Like, on my view on them as fighters. This didn't really change that, but it's kind of it left a sour taste in my mouth, really, because it was just. I mean, you'd expect them to beat the shit out of each other, wouldn't you? You know, and now, because like I don't know, like the next match is another one that they're gonna be the next main event next month, Khabib and Tony Ferguson. Man, this is like a fight that people are waiting for. Excuse me. But yeah, man, people are waiting for it. People are just fifth time. They're booking this for the fifth time. It should happen, hopefully, this time around. We don't know if it truly will, but we do hope for. And yeah, man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if it doesn't happen, or imagine if it's something like this fight, like Khabib and Tony are just looking at each other and that's it. I don't think that's gonna happen um, because first of all, Tony doesn't give a shit if he gets hit or not. He just wants to hit. He wants to throw punches in there. He doesn't really care if he gets punched back. He's not afraid of that. So I don't think that's gonna be something too like big of a problem. I think there's gonna be plenty of action because Khabib will want to take him down to the ground. Um, but then Tony has ground game as well. So I don't know if he's gonna be too afraid for him getting taken down to the ground. You know, I don't know. Like this is a match that you can't really predict. If I had to give my favorite, it will probably be Khabib. But like Tony is the only person who at least has enough hype around him to be like, yeah, I can see him winning this fight. Like if he doesn't beat Khabib, I don't know who can at this point. You know, because as an all rounder, um, that's Tony. Like Tony has the stand up game. Like Tony has a way better stand up game than Khabib. Now Khabib does, in my opinion, at least have a way better ground game than Tony. But that said, Tony has good ground game. Like Tony is also good on the ground. He has submission moves. He has a lot of like tricks up his sleeve. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be a fun match to watch. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it doesn't turn out to be another Romero Adesanya case. That would be super disappointing, man. Because if there was like a time traveler or whatever, and he told me, look, the Romero and the Adesanya fight, there is gonna be no action at all. They're gonna just look at each other for 25 minutes. That's gonna be it. That's bullshit, dude. You're not a fucking time traveler. Are you kidding me? That's bullshit. I don't believe that. And it's like, ugh. I don't know, man. I don't know. It was a super weird fight. It was super. It was kind of disgusting even at times, where they were just looking at each other and nothing was happening. But anyway, that's enough UFC talk. I believe. Is there anything that has happened this week, this past week? I don't even remember it, dude. I'm just like so so out of existence at this point that I'm like, what is happening? Like, uh, man, I'm just, I don't know. These days I'm just tired. I'm just tired of anything. But the good thing is, I'm tired of everything until it comes the time that I it comes time for me to work out. Like my workouts recently, I'm jinxing it right now, and today I'm probably gonna have a horrible one. But my workouts recently have been pretty amazing. Sorry, I don't know what's going on to me. But yeah, man, my workouts recently have been like, I feel like tired. I've done stuff all day. I'm tired. But then I go to the gym. I do my first set. I warm up. I do my first set. I'm like, I'm in the zone, dude. I'm in the zone. I'm doing stuff. I'm working out. It's awesome. I'm not tired or anything. I'm doing. I mean, maybe it's because I kind of like switched my. Oh, that was a weird one, but yeah, I kind of switched my routine a little bit, so maybe I'm interested in working out again, because usually when you've been doing the same routine for like a few months, and it's like the same thing over and over again, it just becomes the pattern, it just becomes your everyday pattern, and it's like a little bit but yeah, man, I don't know. So this is why I kind of it's also beneficial to to do different exercises every few months, so that you hit your muscle from a different angle, or you're surprising the muscle, sort of a thing. And it's like, oh yeah, muscle gains, new gains. I don't know, just getting like soreness in areas where you weren't getting it before. So it's like, oh yeah, man, I did something today. I'm sore. It's like, I don't know. It's it's good, but it's all good, man. Uh, Anything else? I'm kind of like struggling to find stuff to talk about. Also, um, I don't know. I don't know if you've noticed it, but I'm talking really quietly today. I kind of realized it myself, just by looking at the bars of my recording that I'm a little bit like they're usually a little bit more sprayed up and stuff, like sort of like this. But yeah, it's not happening today. I don't know, man. Look, look. I don't know. I'm not sick. I'm not sick, but I definitely kind of feel a little bit sick. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't drank in a good amount of time. Well, good amount of time. I say. I mean, I did have a little bit of alcohol this weekend, but it was just a little bit. It wasn't like I'ma kill myself with alcohol sort of thing. So I think that's fine for the most part. And I don't know what to tell you, man. A friend of mine comes back from Cuba, and apparently he got into cigars over there, and he has bought some fairly good quality cigars that he wants to share with us. I might see him like this weekend. So yeah, I don't know. I've never really smoked a cigar. I don't know. I just never was interested in one. So because they do sell cigars over here and pretty much everywhere. But I was like, yeah, I kind of, it's like $8 for something that I can smoke. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I mean, $8 for something I can smoke. I mean, like I go give 15 to 20 for like a shisha somewhere. But haven't smoked, and shishas are a good time as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, aren't cigars the most unhealthy way to smoke nicotine, right? Because it's a tobacco. So isn't it like the most unhealthy way? Because at least cigarettes have like a filter, right? Well, cigars don't? Question mark. I don't know anything about cigars, man, but I do know that like shisha swash hookahs are they have the water filter and stuff, and also like the tobacco is a little bit weird one. It's like this kind of wet swash with flavoring and sugars and whatever in it. So it's not just tobacco; it has a taste as well. While cigarettes aren't like cigarettes, or not cigarettes, but cigars, like like a weird taste. Anyway, aren't they weird? I don't know. Like I don't know. I haven't smoked one, but I mean I'm gonna probably try one just so we can like hang out with him, see him again. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think that's like a good habit to take on. Um, just because I think this is like I think cigars are the best way to catch fucking lung cancer, isn't it? If you were striving for getting a lung cancer, a single lung cancer, maybe multiple, you know what? Go treat yourself. Have some cigars. Oh man, but yeah. Fuck. What's anything? Everything. Ugh, I can't speak. I can't speak. I'm tired, dude. Why am I tired? Why am I tired? Um, it's I'm sorry. This podcast has been a really monotonous one. A really I'm sick. But hey, UFC stuff happened, but I'm sick. I don't feel like that. But that is. I mean, the thing is, the fight Adesanya and Romero was just as big of a snooze face as this podcast is. I can't even speak anymore, man. But I don't know, man. Look, stuff did happen this week. Not much though. I have nothing to talk about. like anything in the internet news. I don't think anything really big happened. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's look. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a short podcast this week. It's just I'm not feeling it anymore, man. I'm just. Ugh. I was supposed to start like a new project this week, which I don't see happening right now because I'm kind of like a meh, and it kind of needs me to be a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more like, yeah, I'm doing this thing, doing it. No, and I don't see it happening. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try to do it later down the pipeline this week, I guess, cause I mean this week just started. Yeah. Last episode I talked about how I'm gonna have to move the podcast in a different day. This is not gonna happen for right now. It's gonna stay on Tuesdays at least for next week as well. I said that last week, but yeah, for next week it's probably gonna be on Tuesday again. And then I don't know. We'll think about it from there. It might still continue be on Tuesday. Let's the way stuff are going. It might continue that way. But yeah, man, for the most part, um, I really don't have any updates. Like I've been messing with this thing called Google Feed Burner, and I didn't do it last night, so I'm gonna try to mess around with it a little bit more today. Because apparently that is a better way to make an RSS feed, and you can um how can I put this? You can essentially have an RSS feed for free because usually your YouTube channel does put out an RSS feed. Um, and yeah, man. And with the burner with the Google Feed burner thing, you can probably submit that to iTunes, to Google Podcasts, to all of your other podcasting websites and whatever. So we can actually have a real. I mean, I don't want to say a real, but we can actually have like podcasting apps. You don't need to be on YouTube or BitChute to watch the podcast. So hey, maybe some new viewers gonna pop in and check it out. This is the worst episode to check it out, by the way. If this is the first time you're listening to my podcast and you know this is what you think, like that's the worst one. Like I would say please give me another chance. Go watch some of my other podcasts. They're a little bit more upbeat and I actually have stuff to talk about. Yeah, I think my previous podcast was kind of cool. I did talked about stuff there. I did have stuff to talk about. I think like my past few podcasts, I'm kind of happy with. I'm super unhappy with this one though. I just talk so sluggishly and so monotonous without any really. I don't know, I'm not gonna waste time anymore. Okay, I'm sorry for the short podcast this week. I'm gonna try to make it up to you with something else. Hopefully that might happen this this week. Question mark. Hopefully, maybe, possibly not. But there is a chance of it happening. So yeah, as always, Twitter, BitChute, YouTube, all the links are in the description. Go follow me, check me out over there. And I hope you have a great week. Um, comments, that stuff, like, dislike, I don't know. What else? What else do people say at the end of their videos? Nothing really. Look, as I said, I hope you had a great week and you have an amazing one. This one as well. Um, International International Women's Day passed. Happy birthday to all the females out there. Anything else? Anything else? I think I got it covered. Nothing really interesting is happening next week, is it? Next week is the 16th to the 22nd. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Go fuck yourselves. I'm gonna see you all next week.